Today I want to talk about how to do something when you don't want to do it, but you know that you need to do it in order to achieve whatever you want to achieve. What happens to me is, and really anyone who has a sufficiently large vision for their life and for the things that they're building, your business maybe, you will eventually come across a task or an action that you know must be completed, but you have massive resistance towards it. And when this happens, there's really two routes that you can take. Route one is the hustle harder route. And this is where you use discipline and sheer willpower to just force yourself to do it. And so much of the self-help advice out there is just do it anyway, force your way through it, and become a very disciplined person so that you can just get stuff done. I'm going to present a second option in this video, and it's about energy alignment and making sure that you actually have the inspired energy, idea, and action to take that's going to reduce all of the friction and collapse time in such a way where the result comes in faster. And what I do when resistance comes up towards an action I know I need to take, first, I forget the how and I get really focused on what the end result I'm trying to achieve is. Who are the people involved in that end result? How are they going to feel and interact with me once I've delivered the thing that I said that I was going to deliver? How is my life going to feel once that thing is completed? What are the outcomes and the rewards that come from finishing that thing? And I get really crystal clear on what that end picture looks like. And I don't worry about how I'm going to get to that end picture in that moment. I just focus on this scene of what the end looks like. And if I can get clear enough on what that end scene looks like, what ends up happening is I trick my brain or my mind into thinking that that end scene is already here. And so now I start to have these pleasant sensations in my body. And what that's showing me is that I'm aligned with the energy and the consciousness required to bring about that end result. And so then I just sit really quietly with myself. I feel my feelings. If there's success there, as I'm focusing on that vision, I focus on how that success feels in my body. If there's discomfort that comes up, I allow myself to notice that discomfort and I don't give it a label. I don't make it mean anything. I just allow it to be there and I focus on it with a level of curiosity. Where does this discomfort want to move to? How does it want to transmute? And if I will just hold space for whatever's happening in my body for an extended period of time, in silence, just noticing what's happening in my body as sensation, eventually that discomfort will transmute itself back into creative potential. And then I can sit in this kind of balanced place of knowing that the miracle already exists for me, that the blueprint for how I'm going to bring about this thing already exists. And it's not that I need to do something, it's that I need to see the optimal path that's already there. So I sit quietly, I continue to build clarity on what that end result looks for. And what will eventually happen is an idea will slug you. It will hit you with so much power that you'll be like, oh my God, this is the thing I need to do. This is what I was looking for. This is the optimal path. This is how I collapse time on all of this. Sometimes that means that you realize that there's somebody that you can delegate this to. Sometimes it means that there's a way that you can do the thing that you knew you needed to do in such a way that it will be fun or feel aligned. Sometimes it means, oh, I need to phone a friend and get them involved because doing it with them is going to make it more meaningful. And other times it's just that as you focus on that end result, a clear stair step to how to get there will present itself. And when we know the exact next steps that we need to move with absolute clarity, there's less resistance there. Almost all resistance is because there's still unknowns that need to be figured out. And those unknowns will fill themselves in as we focus on the end result, get very clear about the feeling of how it feels to have successfully delivered that end result, and then allow those inspired ideas to come through. And then we sit there until an idea is so powerful that we can't not take action. That's what inspired action feels like. It's an urge where I have to immediately go and do this thing because there's so much energy behind it, and that energy is enough for me to bring it through to completion. If you have an idea and there's still reluctance to take action on that idea, that's not the idea yet, or you haven't effectively harnessed the energy to launch that idea. So you continue to get very clear on the end result that you want to create, and you focus on it as if it's already happened, as if the people that are involved in that end result are already congratulating you on that success. And eventually the energy will build to a point in your body where you can't not take action. And that's when you want to move forward from a place of inspired action. I'm John Ray. I help entrepreneurs and crypto people use spiritual principles and metaphysical stuff to get what they want and to live a life that is peaceful, balanced, and yet driven with aligned action. Hit the subscribe button if you want more daily content like this, and let me know in the comments here anytime that you've had resistance and how you overcame it. Bye, y'all.